Hello everyone. So today let's discuss how democracy is still surviving in India. So before that, let's talk about this. We have so many countries in the world, right? But we have very less countries following democracy, though some countries had followed before, but now they're not following, right? Why? So India, we still are following the democracy in the same manner, that too with a lot of power and with lot of the proper management and with lot of improvisation, we are still following the democracy. How? See, 1950, we started implementing our constitution in the same way with Right to Information Act, Anti-Defection Law, and in 2020, important Supreme Court judgment, nothing but scrapping electoral bonds. With all these things, timely, we are evolving. India is evolving and making democracy stronger. So if you see other countries, suppose if you take the example of China, in 1989, there is a protest named 10-man square, wherein people demanded for democracy, but they're not willing to give them democracy. So by killing nearly 1,000 people, they have stopped the protest within 5 days. And if you take the example of Pakistan as well, in 1999, in 1977, in these years, even elected governments are also removed by the military government and they started ruling the full Pakistan. And even if you take the Myanmar example, in 2020, after the elections, in 21 again, after removing the government, again military rule has come into Myanmar. So these are the certain examples in our world which we can see democracy is not alive. But still in India, we are making it alive. And even if you take Iran and Iraq example, where dictatorship and rule are based on the religion, not based on the elected power, but power should be based on election, not the dictatorship and the rule. But in India, we are giving prior importance to democracy. So let's see how, why, and what are the causes for the strongest democracy in our country. So there are three pillars for the democracy to be stronger in India. As of now, if you observe, democracy is our strongest pride, right? In our country, in our great country, India, if you see, we have so many religions, cultures, languages. But still, for every 5 years, irrespective of their religion, irrespective of their caste, they stand in line or a queue for 3 or 4 hours and they vote. For what? For choosing their leader, for choosing their own power. That's what democracy means. So even without any protest, so simply with the ballot paper or EVM, they'll choose their representative. That's what Indian democracy is different. In it, though diverse people, diverse religions, diverse cultures are existing, we are able to maintain. And one more thing which we have to concentrate upon is, though we have these many people, these many cultures, all are living together in a peaceful manner without any conflicts, right? Next one. So next, coming to the next pillar, if you ask me, is that democracy is adapted from Western countries? I could say no. Why? Because democracy, if you see, the roots of democracy are in our culture itself. If you observe our ancient India, we have evidence of Sabha and Samiti, wherein Rajan takes the opinion of the people in implementing the decisions. And if you come to medieval period, if you come to Chola kingdom, where according to Uttar Meru inscription, there is an evidence of Gram Sabha, wherein elections would be based on lottery. So that is called Kundavalai. So in that way, we have evidences from ancient to medieval. And if you come to modern period, 1950, first after getting independence from British, we took the big step towards giving a adult vote. India is the only country in the world, we can say, which allowed vote for every adult in the country. And if you observe 1951 and 52 elections, there were 171 million people have been voted. In that, most of the people are from villages who are illiterate, poor, and they are like deprived. Though they showed trust on our leaders and democracy and India, and they voted for us. Right? In the same manner, if you observe even today, democracy plays an important role. Even in the recent elections, if you observe, villages voter turnout from villages stood up to 69%, whereas towns and urban cities or cities are compared to less turnout if you compare with the villages. So villages, who are the one of the roots for our Indian society, is trusting our democracy. So now let's go into second pillar. Why India's democracy is strong? We discussed about the first pillar. While coming to the second pillar would be strong institutions. What are they? So if you see ICS, so Indian Civil Services, which is taken from the British, like British has implemented in India, but by improvising it, we have come to IAS. So ICS now shifted to IAS by keeping all the merit-based selection in the same manner. If you see, there is a famous Supreme Court judgment, T. Subramaniam versus Union of India. In that case, Supreme Court has given a judgment saying that politicians' oral records are not valid and there is no need to follow civil servants. In the sense, civil servants has to be given written records, not the oral records by politician. This is what the judgment given by Supreme Court, which made our IAS, our power of our civil servants strong. With that, we made our democracy still strong. We have one more famous institution, nothing but Election Commission of India. If you observe, in recent election, it maintained a record of 64 crore people and voter list and updating it and again spying it. Everything is maintained by our Election Commission of India. In the same manner, if you come to the third pillar, is nothing but the country which we are living is nothing but with the geography, with a geography which consists of more than 20 major rivers. Though we are living in that society, we are not even fighting with each other. We don't have a quarrel or protest, right? So after that election commission, we have even Supreme Court as one of the strongest institutions. Supreme Court, according to Article 50 and Basic Structure Doctrine, had made our democracy more powerful. So this is the one of the important second pillar to make our democracy stronger. And third would be the governance with the technology. As we are now into a artificial intelligence generation and the technological generation, we are implementing technology even while governing our people. So democracy is not only for elections, it is through empowering the people also. So in this way, with the help of technology, we are giving a good democracy to our Indian people. So with the implementing of technology, let's say if you implemented technology, let's say before we started with the EVM, now we have gone up to VVPAT, wherein a voter can easily verify to whom he has given the vote. And we have apps like Umang, Cowin, and then UPI payments, in which today we have mostly 7 countries which are using UPI also. In that way, by implementing technology, and governance together, we are giving a democracy lot of power also. In the same way, these are the certain reasons we can say in which we have in our India, we have better and most powerful democracy. So, can we say that because we have democracy so strong, have you not faced any challenges? No, we have faced the challenges. What are they? In 1975, we know there is an imposal of emergency in India, in where rights of the people have been taken out. So, in that case, what happened in famous Jabalpur case by Supreme Court made a statement saying that fundamental rights of citizen can't be suspended. To this, again, democracy is saved by our Supreme Court, right? In the same manner, if you see today, even we hosted G20 summit in 2023. So with that we have proved like we are emerging and now we have become a global leaders also. Why? We have given permanent membership to African Union in G20 summit in 2023. So if you ask me like whether its democracy is effective in India, of course it is effective. If you ask me whether democracy will be alive in India, yes, it will be still alive in India forever and ever. So, with this, we can easily say one thing. Democracy is not the monopoly of Western. It is nothing but South Asian countries' answer. Because by seeing India, even Bhutan, Nepal, Namibia also started implementing EVMs in their elections. So with that, we can see we are the global leaders and we are giving and we are the only answer for the Western countries in democracy, in showcasing how democracy can be implemented in a proper way with the effective people management. Thank you.